They wear N95 masks.
It's okay. I'm making it YouTube live, so I will share the link later. If anybody wanted to watch the session, they can watch.
Some more are to come, is it?
Yes, you can stop. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I warmly welcome everyone to this Human Excellence Program. Let me introduce myself.
हाँ जी, आपके 2000 का चेंज है? हाँ जी? हाँ, चेक करना जरा। 1528 देने हैं आपको?
Let me introduce myself. I'm the Assistant Treasurer of the GIST Association and the MC for today. Before we start, I like to state some gentle reminders for the speakers. As for the speakers and awardees, please keep to the located time given. This is to have a smooth flow of the event. Kindly mute your microphone to avoid any interruptions that might occur during this program. With this, let us call upon Ms. Tain Moliar, the Treasurer of the GIST organization, to give the welcome speech. Ms. Tain Moliar.
Good evening, all. Thank you, Ms. Vijaya, for the nice introduction. We are gathered here for a very unique, special occasion. I am here to welcome you all for this beautiful gathering. Dear office bearers and all the guests and the speakers, I would say a few words before professionally mentioning your name and inviting. In Tamil, we have an old saying telling that Aridu, Aridu, Manidarai, Pirattal Aridu, meaning that it is very, very rare to be born as a human being. And in that, it is much rare to be an excellent human being. So our gathering today is going to celebrate and honor such an excellent human beings that we have identified, and we are going to really give the special respect for their great achievements in their area of chosen field. And today, in this particular attempt, we have chosen 4 distinguished people, namely Mr. Yusuf Aya and Mr. Gapen Peng and Mr. Arun Sharma and Ms. Catherine Peter. I am not explaining their uniqueness and achievements here, but these are all the awardees. We welcome them heartily, congratulating them and welcoming them for this occasion. And my dear guest of honor, Mr. Devendran Aya, we welcome you for this occasion. Thank you for taking time to come and join us and give your special note on this occasion. And I am very honored to welcome Mr. Ernest, the veteran Toastmaster, who has been coaching and training in very specialized skills. We are very honored to have you here, sir. Thank you for coming. We welcome you for the occasion. And we are eager to listen to your note. And we have an eminent speaker here, Mr. Nagendran. We welcome you, sir. We are here to listen to your expert details on your bamboo. And all the office bearers, I again welcome you for the occasion. This is actually, we are taking this effort to give our honor to these chosen people. Since last year it has been started, and we will continue to do in the following years also. We are really valuing your time and the kind participation in this occasion. So we are more responsible to use your time the best, and we are, after a few introductory speeches by the President and the Vice President of GIST, Guild of International Speakers and Trainers, we would present the awards. That is, the award ceremony will be conducted. Then the speakers will speak their special talks. Yeah. With this, I again welcome you all, and thank you for your presence at this unique occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Tanya. Thank you for your warm and fitting speech for the participants today. For now, I would like to invite Dr. Ramanathan, who is the founder of the GIST organization. He has also contributed many fruitful events for the society in educating them in many ways. So let us welcome Mr. Ramanathan.
Hello, good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure and honor to welcome you all on behalf of Guild of International Speakers and Trainers. Myself, Dr. B. Ramanathan, I'm the president of GIST, and I would like to congratulate the Human Excellence awardees who have kindly accepted our honor to award them. It is our privilege and it is our duty to appreciate the people who are expliciting their unconditional support for the people and community. It is the time we have to remember human excellence to do a common thing in an uncommon way. So they are also doing the same thing. So it is the time for us to recognize the right people in the right manner with the right gathered audience here. I would like to specially invite Dr. Devendran, the Chief Execution Officer, who have kindly accepted and come over to be as a chief guest of today, and Dr. Ernest, who is also a public speaking veteran, who has created a lot of people who can able to communicate very well in Singapore, behalf of Toastmaster International. He was the immediate past president for the District 80. We are very proud to have you today with us. With your eminent presence, we are very happy, and the crowd is also going to get the essence of your speech that is also going to add on value for whomever gathered here, whomever going to listen this session in online. Also, I would like to mention another sentence. Human excellence is being good at a good thing or good cause. So if we are having good-hearted presence in our mindset, our mindfulness, definitely we are doing the good thing in our surrounding, and we are influencing the same way. Guild of International Speakers and Trainers also taking the same oath. We wanted to do the activity for the public speaking, which are very powerful, and then the professional training, which are very, very essential as of now. Singapore is creating the corridor for the workforce skill development and other skill attitude, as well as the commitments to develop for the leadership and people management aspects. We are also committing ourselves to do certain kind of activities through our capacity. So we are expecting the same way. We have to join our hand together with likely-minded people who can come forward to join with us to do the empowerment strategy to create for the world through our people and community to develop and lead better. These are all the words I just wanted to share as behalf of the office bearer. I am very much happy to join with this particular session, Human Excellence Symposium, as well as Human Excellence Award Ceremony 2021. As rightly pointed out by Dr. Tien Murial, we wanted to get the support and the commitment of different people who can join with our team, so we can able to expel and explore the possible ways to lift up the community as well as the fellow human beings. So here, just I wanted to finish with one sentence. Humanity, human values are required a lot to boost up in current scenario. There are people who are segregated, who are doing the great thing, but they are getting isolated or not coming to the limelight picture. So we can able to bring them on hold to bring to the audience here as well as to the world. So that is the way we can able to empower the society with the right people who can lead in front. Thank you so much for listening my small speech. So I would like to give the chance for others, and I am very happy to listen with the eminent speech today. I would like to congratulate and welcome all the dignitaries today. Especially, I would like to mention Mr. Ranganath Krishnan is doing the great job through the bamboo forestry development in India, and he's also supporting other countries as well. Through his talk, also he is going to mention how the bamboo economy is going to boost, and it is going to develop the human excellence into the next level. So altogether, I'm very happy to start this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Ramanathan. As the president of the GIS organization, we always admire the hard work you portray to serve the community. Thank you. Now I would like to invite Dr. Saravanan to give a small speech. He's a natural therapist physician, CEO of Natural Pte Clinic and Andrew and Parker's Wellness. He also specializes in managing pain, cancers, metabolic disorders, skin challenges, and stress. So let us welcome Dr. Saravanan to give his speech. Thank you.
Good evening, distinguished guests and friends, and Dr. Ram, my good friend. I would like to share, as I share a screen with you, about what GIS is. And at the same time, what I would also like to do is to introduce GIS. But before, as I proceed to do that, I would like to share this screen, and I hope you can see this now. Okay. Before I continue, I would like to give an idea how GIS actually originated. It happened in our clinic. We were doing a presentation on guerrilla public speaking, and I was helping my friends, Dr. Ram and a few other friends were in the group, and we were training ourselves to speak publicly with confidence and with poise, and then we had a wonderful event the next day, a few weeks later actually. And then as we geared ourselves for this, we felt that, it will be nice to have an organization, and we would start with where we could empower people and give everybody an opportunity to speak freely and speak their interests. So that's how GIS was formed. And the vision of GIS is basically to connect Singapore to the world with a network of distinguished speakers and professional trainers across various disciplines and human empowerment. Okay, guide, inspire, shape, and transform is our mission. And building an innovative learning environment, sharing knowledge, and providing social development paradigm across cultures and capabilities with integrity, diligence, discipline, ethics, and passion. Right. So this was one of the goals that this has is to network with all public speakers and professionals here and throughout the globe. And Dr. Ram is my good friend, is one of the best example of that. He speaks internationally and he has connection to speakers internationally. So he has been a huge asset to this organization and rightfully the president to lead us and steer this association to greater heights. Right. We want to encourage budding public speakers. We have some programs that have been lined up, and we're going to start our guerrilla public speaking campaign again, and helping people to overcome their inhibitions and speak freely and professionally. Okay, we would like to start local chapters in Singapore, which is aligned with our core objectives, and I would encourage all our guests and speakers to join us today as a GIST member as well, and you can always connect with Dr. Ram and other members, and they will be able to guide you. We want to publish books and magazines and write in journals and organize national events. And the Human Excellence Symposium is one of such events we started last year, and we are proud to continue this year. Right. So this is our committee. And we have all wonderful and excellent mix of people who have come on board. Our first president, Captain Shankar, has after serving his term, he has come to serve as an executive committee member. He's an excellent person with a lot of humor, and he's a published author. Dr. Ram is also a published author, and he has compiled books and written many journals. So we have a wonderful team. Yeah. Here is briefly about our speakers. I'm sure you know all of us. I do not want to go through some of our members who are mentioned here. We want to align ourselves with research centers, universities, colleges, schools, SMEs, startups, and private agencies. Right. We want to link with them so that we can bring in professionals and experts into the organization. Target clients are business owners, aspiring entrepreneurs, professionals, teachers, high students, yes, students, and even school students who would be able to come on board and support our activities. Yeah, and then so our lead speakers trainer. The basic thing is to into skill development, advanced skills, and personality development. Right. Some of the areas that we will be focusing on is communication, public speaking, because this is a speaking environment. Advanced skills in basically about developing processes about decision making, creative thinking, and how do you do your due diligence when you prepare and present yourself with projects and the works. It is not really a speaking environment. It is also empowering people how to manage their skills. Yeah. So personality developments, we are looking into awareness, anger management, leadership, and entrepreneurship qualities. Yeah. So this is something that we are looking forward to develop and build, and we have a wonderful team that is coming. Career skill developments that we want to focus on, leadership and management skills and personality skills, and helping people to develop their skills in a variety of ways. Yeah, and also into health and wellness. I'm a naturopathic physician, and I contribute to, and this is our event last year, and we had interesting people who we have honored, and and Dr. Raman, Mr. Raman, a journalist, where we honored him last year, and then we also honored people across internationally as well for their contributions they have made, supporting and encouraging human excellence. So we had a wonderful event last year, and this year we are having another wonderful event right up that is gathered. And these are some of the events that we had organized this year, and we will continue to have many events next year. Yeah. So I welcome all of you to be part of this evening, and thank you for coming on board. And to all the speakers and all the prize recipients, you have done an excellent job, and today is your day. And I congratulate all of you, and all the speakers, I congratulate you as well. And I share it back to Ms. Vijayalakshmi. Thank you.
We have one more final slide. Okay.
Okay. Well, it's okay. With regard to, I think the final slide is give me a moment. Okay, so we're looking forward for more collaborations and joint ventures. So all of y'all are here. We could always meet, and we can discuss and come up with plans to steer the association into a future direction. So we look forward to hear from you, and also Dr. Ram will be reaching out to you, and then we would like to come and meet you and have a chat. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Ram, and Vijayalakshmi, all yours.
Vijayalakshmi, are you there?
Don't know what is the problem. Can we go on? Let me check.
Dr. Tin, maybe we can go.
Is Miss Vijayalakshmi, are you there? Or
And hello, Ma. Yes.
okay, no worries. I will take over. We are now in the time to honor our awardees, Human Excellence Awardees of 2021. We have to nourish and cherish with our conditions as of now. I just wanted to share the slides to appreciate. So Guild of International Speakers and Trainers, Singapore, very proud and happy to announce this Human Excellence Award 2021. The first awardee, Mr. Yusuf Rawat Rajid Ahmad, is a veteran public speaker, debate speaker, and he is the founder and senior mentor, Tamil Pattimandra Kalaikazhagam, that is the Tamil Debate Association in Singapore. It was run nearly more than a decade of period with his eminence, guidance, and the leadership quality. So we have offered many programs, especially in Singapore, to bring eminent speakers from all around the world to come and speak in the corridor of Tamil Pattimandra Kalaikazhagam, the Tamil Debate Association. He is closely working along with the government, dignitaries, associations, and different social organizations to empower the students who can able to be an expert in bilingual capacity, both mother tongue as well as English conversation. Also, he is the humanity to provide the support with his noble commitment and contribution. Usually he is writing many books, poetry, novels, and short stories. And he is having the great heart to donate all the money raised during the time of book release or book launching time. So far, he has generated nearly more than 20,000 Singapore, 25,000 Singapore dollar, all contributed for different social organizations. For example, see Narayana Mission, Singapore Indian National Development Association, SINDA, and the Singapore Blind School Association. And the last time, it's Raining the Raincoats. That organization is serving better for the migratory workers. So these are all the noble identity for the person to appreciate and recognize for their commitments and contributions to the society to lift up the fellow people as well as the social concern. We are very happy and congratulate you, sir. We are also very happy and honored to award this Human Excellence Award to Mr. Gaban Pang. He is also the President, Agora Singapore Speakers, Singapore. Through that, he is also bringing...
Your slide is not changed.
It's moving or no?
No.
For me, it is moving. Right. Can you see it now?
Yep, now okay. Great.
Yes.
Is it moving now?
Yes, doctor. Proceed.
Thank you, sir. So we are very happy to honor to announce this particular Human Excellence Award to Mr. Gaban Peng, President Agora Singapore Speakers. He is also bringing many veteran speakers all around the world and also providing the support for young speakers who can able to learn the public speaking skills in proper manner and endorse all these kind of skill sets, how to speak very confidently and very fluently as well as influently. So that's why I have the certain kind of opportunity to explore, and I observed his quality of making all these sessions. He is also making it very continuous manner during this COVID-19 time. It is the vibrant activity to support the fellow speaking communities who wanted to aspirate well and lead and prosper well. Another dimension of his good-hearted commitment and contributions is also supporting the senior citizen. He's having a group, Mary Jalan Gita. So that way he is also making the people to come and unite in the social gathering. He is taking them to the public places like Botanical Garden, Marina Bay, and other beach side. So they are also getting engaged with the community to get together as well as explore their lifestyles in a proper way. So this is the way, untiringly, he is also committing to contribute the better thing for the society and the transformation through the public speaking. We are very happy to honor him through this Human Excellence Award 2021. Our next eminent person, as well as my mentor and guide, Mr. Arun Sharma, Director, Edgewise Training Consultants, Singapore, as well as he is the patron of RGS Gurukulam, Dunka, Jharkhand, India. It is the tribal school supporting for the students who are not having the opportunity to learn and explore well. He is very much generous to support the financial as well as other aspects to lift up the community over there. This RGS Gurukulam is doing the greater job through spiritual learning as well as the human concern to engage the students to learn and explore better. And he wanted to follow the Finland education pattern to bring to India through this kind of community to develop. Also, he is supporting a lot through the tribal, this particular Shatan Ashram, who are the governing body for this particular RGS curriculum. They are also providing a lot of help, care and share for the people who are living in that remote area of Jharkhand. He is a very good humanity-oriented person. He has also serviced many ways in Singapore context, especially for Sri Narayana Mission as well. So I'm very happy to announce this Human Excellence Award 2021 to Mr. Arun Sharma. It is also a happy moment to announce this Human Excellence Award. Ms. Catherine Peter, a good-hearted angel. Myself, I can be able to mention her. She's also a yoga trainer, meditation coach, social service person, and community volunteer in Singapore. She was a senior aircrew as well as, but now she is having this intention to serve better for the society. She's contributing a lot for the orphanages in India, the students who are able to lift up their life in many ways, underprivileged students, as well as the senior citizen in Singapore. She is also entertaining through this kind of training, meditation, and other commitments. This kind of commitment is showing her good heart for the community as well as the people who can able to enjoy by the way of showering love and care. These are all the affectionate things we can be able to explore from many people, but we have to bring them on board like this. I'm very happy to announce this Human Excellence Award to Ms. Catherine Peter. Congratulations. Thank you. Over to...
Can we have Rajit sir's Excellence Award on the screen, please?
Sorry?
We mixed up. Rajit sir's Excellence Award on the screen, please. The screenshot.
Is it visible?
Yep.
1 second. Have you taken?
Okay. Yeah, proceed.
Thank you so much. Over to Ms. Vijayalakshmi. Are you there? Okay.
I think she has difficulty getting back. Yeah, she says her phone is not doing well.
Okay. So it is the time to hear from the guest of honor today. We are having Mr. Devendran, ex-army veteran, and now he is serving better for the old age people in Sri Narayana Mission. And it's our great pleasure and honor to welcome him and hear from his noble speech. He is also having the good heart to support many verticals for the people in Singapore. So we are very happy to have you here, sir. Please, the time is over to you. So I will share the.
Thank you. I'll call up the slide when I need it. So let me begin by thanking Dr. Ramanathan. I call him Brother Ram, President of the Guild of International Speakers and Trainers, and the office bearers and organizing team of GIST, and also the sponsors of this symposium on human excellence, and of course the award ceremony. And once again, let me congratulate all the award winners. I personally know Brother Yusuf Rajit, I think very deserving indeed. Thank you for this privilege of being invited to participate in this event as a guest of honor. I think I need such titles. It's good to be among friends, brothers and sisters. And you know, when I spoke to Brother Ram and I asked him, so what is this event all about? And he said, look, we want to honor people who have scaled the heights of human excellence, it got me thinking. You know, I'm very, very privileged and proud to say that I am an alumnus of the National Defense Academy, Karakwasla, India, and the Indian Military Academy, Dehradun. I was sent by the Singapore Armed Forces and finished 4 years of training with the Indian Armed Forces and came back to serve in the Singapore Armed Forces. And when I was reflecting on human excellence, I was actually reflecting on this very unfortunate incident that took place in the first week of December, when India's first Chief of Defense Staff, General Bipin Rawat, passed away, untimely death in a tragic helicopter accident, which also took the life of his wife and 11 others. And it's very sad that the one survivor that they pulled out of the wreckage, Group Captain Arun, gave up his fight just a couple of days ago. And I was watching very moving images of his father, a retired colonel, paying homage to his son in the true military tradition. The death of General Bipin Rawat hits home in a personal way because he too is an alumnus of the National Defense Academy. And in fact, he was from the same squadron that I was in when I was in the academy. He is at least a good 10 years ahead of me, but we were both from Charlie Squadron. And so it hit home in a personal way. And the first Singaporeans that we sent to the Defense Academy belonged to the same cause as General Bipin Rawat. And we were all condoling his untimely demise in our own chat groups. And so it got me thinking about, you know, this whole notion of human excellence. And I would suggest to you, ladies and gentlemen, that this slide that you see here, these values, I would suggest to you, are eternal values applicable across any field of human endeavor and form the bedrock to scale the heights of human excellence. And for those of us who are Singaporeans and who have served national service in the Singapore Armed Forces or have served as regular officers and soldiers, you would recognize these as the core values of the Singapore Armed Forces. It is resonates and is in perfect sync with the values that I imbibed as a cadet at the Defense Academy in Karakwasla, Pune. It was etched in 3 simple words: Sewa, Paramo, Dharmo, service before self. And if we look at these values, and let me go through very quickly each one of them, I think you would agree that it does form the bedrock to scale the heights of human excellence. And the first is loyalty to country. This is a given. You know, no man is an island. We all belong in societies, and societies comprise of several societies within a country. If we do not have that loyalty to country, then the very notion of human excellence, I would suggest, is flawed. Leadership. If we are going to excel as human beings, we need to be leaders. First of all, we need to be captains of our own lives and then step forward to lead. And in this respect, I would suggest that every human being has it in him or her to be a leader. I would believe that it is possible to nurture every individual to realize his or her potential as a leader. Professionalism, and I think Brother Ram alluded to this in his speech. You know, you got to know what you're doing and you got to do it well. And in this day and age, it means continuing to learn, continuous learning, continually retooling yourself, reskilling yourself to be relevant to the community, the society, the country that you live in, to be able to do something good, to give back to community. You need to be on top of your game, whether it is in your full-time job or in your volunteering capacity as a community leader, serving the less privileged. Discipline, it goes without saying that if we do not have discipline, then we can't talk about excellence. Discipline, and I mean self-discipline, which is the higher form of discipline. We've all heard of imposed discipline, and I think as children, we would have experienced imposed discipline, and certainly in the army, we have imposed discipline at the start, but it is only a method, it is only a means to an end. What we want to achieve is to produce soldiers who have the highest levels of self-discipline, because then you know that regardless of the situation that that soldier might find himself to be in, he will carry out his mission and carry it out well. Fighting spirit, the tenacity to keep going when it's difficult. You know, if we talk of human excellence as Mount Everest, then scaling and summiting the peak, getting past the Hillary step at 8,000 meters, where the oxygen is so limited, so rarefied that you need oxygen cylinders to breathe. That's fighting spirit. When every sinew in your body is aching and screaming in pain, to be able to take that next step up, go past the Hillary step and summit that mountain. That's fighting spirit. Care for soldiers. I think at least I know Brother Rajit very well. It's been my privilege to know him for many, many years now. And I can tell you that when you take care for soldiers and you just flip it, the obverse of that would be, you know, care for the less privileged. Care for someone who maybe has hit a speed bump, and you stretch out a helping hand to get him back on his feet and get him moving again. And hopefully one day he will pay it forward. I think this is what the Prime Minister of this country means when he speaks of an inclusive society where no one gets left behind. And this is, to me, what care for soldiers means. Care for your fellow human being, regardless of race, language, or religion, because the color of our blood is red, each and every one of us. Ethics, we can't say too little about this. Governance and transparency are the buzzwords, not just of the corporate world, but of the charity sector, which I serve in. In fact, in every endeavor, transparency and high standards of governance, high standards of ethics is key. And if we don't have this, once again, I suggest you wither human excellence. And finally, interestingly, this is a value that, you know, the armed forces added on after an unfortunate spate of incidents where soldiers' lives were lost. Safety. You would think that this is something given, something that is, you know, understood, but, you know, this is something that we need to be consciously aware of. In everything that we do, in scaling that mountain to reach new heights of excellence, you need to make sure that it is done in a safe manner. In community work, when you're dealing with single mothers, you're dealing with, you know, children who are less privileged, all of these are elderly who are, you know, suffer from dementia, other psychiatric conditions. These are vulnerable individuals, very vulnerable. And we need to make sure that we manage them in a safe manner. You know, so ladies and gentlemen, these to me are the values that form the bedrock of human excellence. I would suggest that these are applicable in any field of human endeavor. And if we practice these values, imbibe these values, internalize these values, and emanate it, then we are on the way to human excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you. I thank you for the privilege of attending this event and listening to all the speakers who have spoken so far. And I think there will be some other speakers coming up after me. Once again, congratulations to the award winners, and thank you, Brother Ram, for this invitation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Devendran, for the inspirational talk. No doubt, your talk is very motivating, and it will motivate everyone and anywhere. Thank you, sir, for the wonderful speech. Okay. I would like to apologize for the disruption on my side. Okay, I would like to invite Mr. Ernest Chan, who is our second speaker for the day. He's the chief guest for today's event as well. He's an author and a public speaker who has written 7 books. He also has 25 years of experience in this field. And I would like to invite Mr. Ernest Chan, please. Thank you.
He is Dr. Ernest Chan. Thank you.
Well, Dr. Ram, President of JUICE, Council members, and ladies and gentlemen. I'm so happy to be invited to share some knowledge about human excellence. Actually, human excellence is a very broad-based qualities, the virtues of mankind. But human excellence serve as the guidelines for people to follow. Today, I'm going to use the acrostic human, H-U-M-A-N, to share with you about the attributes of human excellence. The first attribute, H, I would say stand for humility or humbleness. I straight away Google in and find out what is the definition. The definition from Google is the quality or state of not thinking you are better than others. The quality of state of being humble. Something like he accepted the honor with humility. I know there's a quote from Henry David Thoreau. He said, humility, like darkness, reveal the heavenly lights. In my opinion, C.S. Lewis, who put it best, humility is not thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less. Humility, therefore, isn't an outright denial of your accomplishment or successes, but rather the detachment of its significance. Understand this, what you accomplish is a fact, but the significance you attach to it is a matter of perspective. Humility is not about denying the fact of your success, but about laying down the significance of your success. In short, it is a paradigm that you have in life where even though you may have succeeded, you ask yourself, so what? Well, much of the reason that we can never say we are the best, yes, it comes from humility or our humbleness. You can think of humility as a built-in ego balancer. It makes sure that we don't think so highly of ourselves. Yes, there will always be someone better than you. What you do or someone who knows more than you do, well, what do you think of yourself? So sometimes you get your appreciation from your co-worker, from your family members, or some positive reinforcements for those around you. Most of us try to make sure that we are humble in our lives. We always give credit to other people to make sure that they deserve it. Sometimes when we receive credit, well, credit due is credit due, but we get some satisfaction, knowing that we have done a task to the best of our ability. Humility is also used as a way to remind us how far we have come and how far we're yet to go. It could be a college student who graduating this year after he worked through his 4 years of college. As a kid, nobody realized that he could go to university because he was from a poor family. He struggles and worked around himself. Finally, he graduated. He also realized that the opportunity that he has in front of him, his dream of being a successful businessman or successful career, raising a family, and then perhaps will act as a compass to help him to know which way to go. The ideal world will be filled with inspiration stories like the one I just mentioned. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there are many, many stories about people who have humilities. So what are the examples of humilities that we know in everyday life? Like being a parent, you can be a humble person, changing the diapers, meeting a child's every needs for years, or letting someone ahead to queue up when he's in a hurry. This is an act of humility. Like in a bus stop, you see somebody who is aged persons who want to get on the bus, you let the person get on the bus first. Like cleaning the bathroom in your office, even though he's your company, it is an example of humility for a boss to do that. My dear friend, there's no hard and fast way how you can be a humble person. Humility is a powerful inspiration attributes of growth. Examples of a great humility person is Mahatma Gandhi. I'm sure all of you know him. In his autobiography, he said it's a journey of humbling self-dissection. He once famously said, I claim to be a simple individual likable, to err like any other fellow mortal. However, that I have humility enough to confess my errors and to retrace my steps. I would like to share with you 3 tips of how we can be humble. First, we must embrace ourselves. We are human. When we feel at something that's important to us, whether a job or relationship, our self-esteem plummets because we try our self-worth to those things. All of a sudden, we become unworthy person. It can be a long road of recovery. Not so for people with humility. As stated, this ability to withstand failure or criticism comes from the sense of intrinsic value, being human rather than otherwise. So when we fail at a task or don't live up to the expectation, it doesn't mean that there is something wrong with them. It just means that we are human like the rest of us. The second tip how you can cultivate humility is to practice mindfulness and self-compassion. Well, according to research, humble people have an accurate picture of themselves, both their faults and their gifts, which help them to see what might need to change within. Mindfulness grows our self-awareness, giving us permission to stop and notice our thoughts and emotion without judgment. We judge what's going on inside us. We paint a distorted view of ourselves. Well, the more we become aware of our inner self, the easier it is for us where unhealthy belief and action might be limiting us. Once we accept what needs changing, then we can start the process of transformation. This is the way that we can become more humble. The third thing that we can do is express our gratitude, saying thank you. Whatever we know, we recognize it. Sometimes I know I get on the bus. When the bus stops for me, I say thank you to the captain. When I drop off the bus on the captain's side, I say thank you for the journey. You could see the smile on his face. Maybe he's thinking, wow, for the whole day, this is the guy that giving me a thank you. So all of us can express this gratitude to make us more humble in a way. Well, the final thought is remember to keep a healthy dose of humility in your life. By doing so, you're constantly keeping yourself in check with people around you. At the same time, you're opening yourself up to continue learning and growing as a person. Humility can be one of the best psychological tools we humans have. The ability to know that we are not perfect, we are not broken, but we are who we are. That is age. So what is you? You can think about it. What is you? You is understanding. Knowing yourself and knowing others is the best way to keep the world better. What is the importance of understanding ourselves and understanding others? Have a clear understanding of your thought and behavior patterns. Helps a person to understand other people. This ability to empathize facilitate better personal and professional relationship. When we are more self-aware, we are better at understanding other people. Developing a better understanding yourself also improve your capacity to better understanding the thoughts and feelings of other people. Somebody once said that to empathize is to see with the eyes of another, to hear with the ears of another, and to feel the heart of another. Have you ever heard the expression, try walking a mile in her shoes? Well, that's exactly what this author was talking about. And this is what it means to have empathy. Empathy is a skill that allows us to understand others' thoughts, views, and feelings. Empathy makes us aware of the emotion needs of others so that we can interact with them. Everyone has a unique life experience which shapes the personality, thoughts, and emotion. Why empathy? And practicing empathy will help you improve your life on many levels. The following is outlined just a few of the many benefits of practicing empathy. Communicate better with other people. Have more better quality relationship. Understand the needs and feelings of others. And better life success. No two people share the same thoughts, emotions, or life experience. Our thoughts and experiences play a huge role in how we perceive outside our world. Well, we can build a better world if we understand other people. I can put it in the 3 segments. In the workplace, understand the feelings of co-workers, whether they are higher than you or lower than you in rank. But you must understand their roles in the organization. How to create rapport with them is an important aspect, understanding one another. We must respect our co-workers. Even a co-worker is a janitor or not, you must respect him because he's performing his role. In the business world, understand the business world, you will succeed. Relationship is a grease in business. Understand the trend of technology, how technology has changed the world, how it impacts the business world. We must understand the blockchain, how it's being worked and how it's being done in the modern world today. So all this understanding can help you in your business. The 3rd segment is personal. Understanding your families and friends. This can strengthen or weaken your relationship with them. Without knowing them, definitely you're weakened. Knowing those people, you're strengthened. Our relationship with our loved ones are very important because she can flee you to your work and never disturb you. So understanding of humans, understanding the people is very important. You. Now, M. What is M stand for? Magnanimous and magnanimity. What is the virtue of it? Magnanimity is a Latin word. Simply means a big soul, a big heart, a big spirit. This is the virtue being mind and spirit. It encompasses like in a willingness to face danger and action for a purpose. What is important in magnanimous? Magnanimity is one of the virtues that promote ethical conduct, whether professional, personal, or not, to the highest level. So if we exhibit magnanimity towards other people through our action, you can imagine the positive reaping effect that it created. So when you are generous to everyone around you and give a great gift to them, this is an example of magnanimity. When you rise above your anger and forgive other people who may not deserve to be forgiven, this generosity of spirit is an example of magnanimity. Who do you think exhibit this principle of magnanimity? Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's one person I really like to mention and have the greatest respect. Of course, he has passed away. Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela is truly the greatest person in the 20th century. People in South Africa call him Madiba. It's one of the giants of humankind. The world respects him, admire him, and there are those who emulate him. He passed on from being a mortal to becoming a symbol long before his soul quit his physical body. His magnanimity is willingness to forgive and forget. His ability to embrace even his enemies, like Lord Gandhi with a big heart. Africa would almost certainly have gone down a ruinous path if not for his ability to convince the black to forgive the white and convince the white there was still a place for them to get them both to work together as equal to build a new rainbow together. He forgave the regime of white, which had incarcerated him for 27 years. 18 of them in a tiny cell in a penal colony. Many of Mandela's fellow anti-apartheid prisoners for over the 27 years period were Muslim, Hindu, Indian, alongside of the African activities. His value was influenced by that diversity. When he became the president, his cabinet was composed of Muslim, Hindus, Jews, Christian, African, traditionalists, women, white, black, and even rivals. Freedom cannot be achieved unless women have been emancipated from all forms of oppression. This is what he said. No one is born hating another person because of the color of the skin or the background. Speaking of his release from prison after 27 years, he said, as I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I was still in prison. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you see how magnanimous is Nelson Mandela. I would advise people to read his story, to read his biography, so that we can learn to be more magnanimous in our life. H-U-M-A. What is A? A is altruistic altruism. Altruism is characterized by selflessness and concern for the well-being of others. Those who possess this quality typically put others first and truly care about the people around them. Altruism is good for health. Spending money on others may lower our blood pressure. People who volunteer tend to experience fewer aches and pains, better over physical health. So all of you better do some altruistic service because this will help us to live longer life. Examples of altruism. Everyday life filled with small acts of altruism, from holding the door for strangers, giving the money people who we need. News about story often focus on grandiose cases of altruism, such as a man who dived into icy water to rescue a stranger, a man who go into the river to rescue a dog even, you know. So these are called altruistic services that we must render. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no way to take away altruism in our life. Always remember, altruism is to put others first. You think about how your action can affect others. You feel good about helping someone. You are proactive. And you possess and display a healthy degree of self-confidence. The last attribute, and what do you think? I've been thinking about N for quite some time. At last, I come up with nourishing, nourishment, nourish. Right? How to use the word nourishing? Well, nourishing, we can say that he's been nourishing the hope of a trip abroad. Americans are not nourishing their intellectual and emotional capital. Sweets are not very nourishing. The meats they cook were always nourishing, but never appetizing. So this is the word they use, nourishing. So what do we do nourishing for ourselves? We nourish ourselves to strengthen our mind, spirit, and soul. See, for instance, when I was young, my father used to subscribe magazine in our home and newspaper. So during those days when we are young, we have nothing much to do except read magazine and newspaper. This is to nourish our mind so we understand what's happening outside our home. Isn't it? So I know that my time is nearly up. Well, I will ask for 20 minutes. Now I have a time watch here. I still have 1 minute. Don't worry. Isn't it? So I will just sum up the whole thing. Humility, understanding, magnanimous, altruistic, and nourish your mind, body, and soul. So these are the attributes of human excellence. None of us are the same, but every one of us is different. As long as we exhibit some forms of human excellence, we are doing ourselves good, at the same time helping other people, and we can make the world a better place for all of us. This is the way we learn, and today we understand from many speakers, everybody share his or her own knowledge of human excellence. I too learn a lot from you. Thank you very much for giving me this platform to say about human excellence. Back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chan.
Exactly 20 minutes.
Thank you, Dr. Chan, for sharing all the good values that one should possess in order to have a peaceful community. It was really mind-blowing. Thank you once again, Dr. Chan. Now I regret to say that our third speaker, Dr. Deepamala, will not be joining us due to some unavoidable reasons. And I would like to call upon Mr. Ranganathan to deliver his speech.
Thank you very much.
Excuse me. Before making him to come, you have his introductory profile to. Whereas I just mentioned about him. Mr. Ranganath Krishnan is a IIM, Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad alumni. Is a IT technologist, but though he is having the professional accomplishments and career skill sets in IT, but his passion is towards with the humanity. He wanted to give his aspirations and knowledge to give back to the society by the way of joining with the Bamboo Society of India. And he is pointing, it is making the billion-dollar economy to contribute better through the climate change, because we are having a lot of challenges to control it. So the bamboo is the good element and component to support the ecosystem, and not only making the environment green, also the human beings who can able to develop their human excellence through the bamboo support. So we are getting connected for a few months back through some corridor like Clubhouse, and then other Tamil Business Forum, Chitrai. And I listened to his talk. I'm very happy and honored to invite him for the eminent speaker today with his noble ideas as well as knowledge, which are very, very powerful. We are very happy in inviting you and taking the chance to speak with us. Over to Mr. Ranganath Krishnan.
Thank you, Dr. Ram. Thank you. Quick comms check. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Very nice.
Can you see my slides?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ram, for the wonderful introduction. I'm deeply humbled, and thank you for inviting me to share my area of passion to the GIST community. Before I start my speech, I would like to congratulate all the winners for their excellent work, and I'm very pleased to see Guild honor them and recognize them. So, brief intro, I know Dr. Ram has given me about me. I come from basically technology background. Currently, I'm still learning. This is my 31 years of learning that I can see in the presentation that we're going to share right now. So I'm basically being a technologist. I moved into being an agri-trainer. My focus is on developing various aspects of agriculture development in India to revive certain aspects which are falling behind. So one slide about Bamboo Society of India. Bamboo Society of India is a very old society established in 1989. by stalwarts who are professionals in Indian Forest Service. We have around 1,380 members right now with 5 chapters spread across different states. The whole purpose of Bamboo Society of India is to promote bamboo in a 360-degree approach. So basically, whether it is knowledge dissemination, supporting farmers, providing market linkages, enabling an industry, value addition, and various aspects of bamboo. Whole idea is to improve the green GDP of India. So this is not a government body, it's a trust as a non-profit trust. So what is bamboo? I'm sure many of you know, especially in the Asian area, it is the fastest growing plant, where people have recorded a growth of 1 meter in a day. So that's the kind of growth people have seen. And it's a very versatile crop. It grows in tropical to moderate temperatures. And there are different types. You have a clumping type and you have running type. So different types of bamboos are there. And one of the best feature, it is very resilient to climate changes, and it helps you to overcome climate changes, especially global warming. I'll talk to you in a few minutes from what is it, okay? And if you have degraded lands, sodic soils, acidic soils, soils which are not useful for cultivation, these are areas that you can grow bamboo, and bamboo helps them to rejuvenate the soil and makes them fertile again. So, and if you have a water body, a place where soil erosion is very deep and it is rapid, planting bamboo is the best way to go forward to prevent soil erosion. So these are some of the salient features. As I told you, the soil erosion is one area, and also in certain areas where water is running off, bamboo helps them to, because of its root structure. Bamboo root is surface root, it doesn't go deep down into the soil. Maximum 2 meters is the depth that the soil goes to. And beyond that, it's a surface root system and it goes along the soil, and therefore it gives a very nice bond with the soil, and the root system has enough capacity to hold water and therefore keep the soil moist and grow the plant. So these are some of the properties that you can see. Climate change. This is one of the most talked after topic for, especially during the COVID. We have seen several countries, run for production of oxygen. Oxygen cylinders were missing, and oxygen was airlifted to several places. And just to tell you, if they had bamboo or if they had a good vegetation, bamboo is an excellent sequester of carbon dioxide and produces basically and releases more oxygen than any other plant that we have seen today. It is also a fantastic replacement for steel. It is known as a vegetable seal. The tensile strength of bamboo and processed bamboo is much higher than steel. Tensile strength of bamboo is 28,000 psi, and steel is around 23,000 psi. So definitely processed bamboo is stronger than steel. And also, it provides a fantastic opportunity for improving the livelihood of several people, especially the downtrodden and the underprivileged. Okay. So globally, where does bamboo stand? Globally, there are more than 1,250 species around the world, with 30 million hectares of plantation everywhere. And India is having around 148 species, covering 15.69 million hectares of land. Mind you, India is the #1 resource point for bamboo, but it is not tapped. Its potential is not tapped. India is the second largest importer of bamboo from China, Vietnam, and other Asian countries. So there is definitely a mismatch we are not really utilizing the potential of what India can do. In India, although there is a natural habitat of bamboo, the growth is not as much as what we've seen in China, perhaps soil conditions, temperate climates, etc., etc. But that is going to change very soon. There is a lot of work being done in terms of soil rejuvenation, etc. in India, and we can see that the potential what India has, we can achieve it through the following means. Different uses of bamboo. As you can see, there is a variety of areas. It is not just limited to certain area, not only ecology, not only agroforestry. There is a whole economy. It's called the bamboonomics. I call it as a bamboonomics because you can see the area where bamboo can play a significant role, right from agroforestry, ornamental, timber, textiles. Textiles is a very big area. This is what I'm wearing right now is a bamboo fabric. And construction, utility consumption, so many areas are there, and we'll just go through that in a few seconds. This is the current market scenario. Okay, market size is close to approximately 36 billion. And in India, you can see we have more than 10 million hectares of plantation, but the revenue that is currently coming up is only 4.3 billion. However, China having a lower plantation has got a higher productivity and market purely because they are not seeing it as bamboo as a crop, they're seeing bamboo as an economic force and industry. Now, how do we combine bamboo? How do we attribute bamboo to human excellence? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the beauty of bamboo. In order to, every speaker told about human excellence, how human excellence can be achieved. And this is my way of human excellence, what I see. Basically, bamboo is aligned with the UN SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. There are 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and we have aligned what role bamboo can play in this particular area. So INBAR is a network of International Bamboo and Rattan. It's a very, very popular network globally. There are 51 countries part of INBAR, and INBAR has identified that bamboo can play a significant role in 7 SDGs to improve human excellence. The first SDG, okay, end poverty in all its forms everywhere. Okay, basically, in India, let me talk about bamboo's role in this area. Today, through bamboo, there are multiple communities that can get their new livelihood. Artisans, craftsmen, they can get a proper job today because of bamboo. They cut the bamboo, create some art and form, and then sell it to the market and meet their daily needs. Farmers can improve their ROI in production. Today, the government also gives some subsidy in terms of plantation. You can earn between 50K to 100K per annum by cultivating bamboo. It has got a cascaded effect on creating large-scale employment. Okay, bamboo is one of the alternate crops in marginal land restoration, disaster response, and building resilience. So these are some of the art forms that are being done by artisans. You can see right from utility value, the mobile holders, calligraphy pens, watches, amplifiers, all these kind of products are an aesthetic value being done by craftsmen. These are very, very high value products being sold in the market today. Bamboo shoots is another area of food. Bamboo shoot for food is a very, very nutritional and potent value for human beings. Bamboo for jewelry, fantastic jewelry can be made with bamboo. And you can see some of these craftsmen weaving baskets. This is their daily livelihood. Bamboo is helping them on a daily basis. These are some of the products that you can see in the market. Excellent craftsmen, quality of products is very, very superior, and most important, they are of utility value for any household today. SDG 7 ensures access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. Bamboo, this is one of the major areas and my favorite area, ladies and gentlemen. Bamboo energy, that is a big focus area for us in today. Bamboo is converted into various forms, and I can quickly, these are some of the areas, okay? So this what you see here is basically a bamboo gasifier. You burn bamboo and then it produces energy and electricity is produced through this, or steam is produced through this. And this is a typical bamboo, what I'm showing you. On the wild bamboo, what is written here, this is the thin bamboo. This is what you find mostly in many areas. But now we have a different cultivar or a species which can give you more biomass. So the more biomass is there, the more energy we can produce. And similarly, bamboo can also be converted into pellets, and through pellets you can burn, gasify, you can burn boilers, you can burn your household stoves as well in the rural areas. Now, just below here is the new technology which I've shared here, where bamboo is directly converted into diesel, petrol, and aviation fuel. So this is a technology called IH2, where hydropyrolysis is used, and the basically whatever fuel we want that can be processed individually. And most important in this process, there is water is a byproduct, and that is being circulated again. Carbon or the char is a waste product, and that can be used directly in agriculture. So this is a fantastic opportunity right now. And it is not just limited to bamboo. We can actually use this for even any agro biomass. Okay. SDG 11, okay, for affordable housing and dwelling that can be rapidly erected to respond to earthquakes, floods, or other disasters. So in this area, what are we doing? This particular SDG aims at making cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Okay, this is a typical bamboo house that you see with the structure entirely made out of bamboo, and the walls are also woven with strips of bamboo. Bamboo strips are cut and woven with like a matte finish, and then mud cladding done to finish the house. This house is safe, and it can withstand any short earthquakes, because bamboo, though it is strong, it's called vegetable steel, and this particular structure can withstand small earthquakes, no issues at all. Okay, so these are some of the designs that you can see: woven bamboo wall, vertical curves. Okay, you can see here. This is one structure which is work in progress and done after that. Concrete structures. Today, steel is one of the major culprit for global warming. The steel industry uses coal, and emission level is so high. Today, there is a clampdown on steel, and steel companies are being forced to do some kind of work to prevent global warming. So here you can see this is a house being done only with bamboo structure as the concrete, as the pillars. There is no steel in this. And you can see one more picture here, where bamboo strips are used instead of steel for roofing. And these are some of the houses done. Then the house below is a single-story house, fully made out of bamboo and bamboo structure, mud, and mild. There are different kinds of locally available, equivalent of cement down there. SDG 12. So ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. So one of the areas where this is we're looking at is the UN has mandated that companies should be conscious enough to recognize their contribution to global warming and take responsibility for what they've done and find alternatives. So here in bamboo, you can see bamboo being used in various fantastic aesthetic structures. I'm going to show you right now. Here it is. Okay. So these are prefab structures of bamboo. These are treated bamboo, not raw bamboo. Bamboo is treated in certain processes, and these structures can be moved anywhere in the world and erected. So this, suppose you have a house, the house can be shipped to another place in semi-knocked down condition or completely knocked down condition. So you have CKC or SKC. You can use any of these methods and build your structures and move out to any place. Okay, and this is a structure. You can see how beautiful, how elegant it is. This is completely made from bamboo. Okay, this is a fine dining hotel in Europe. This is this structure, I'm proud to say, was done in India. This is a hotel in Maldives, Hilton Hotel. These pods, what you see, is our private dining areas. You can dine with your family, and there are many pods like this, elevated from the ground level, and this is facing the coastal area in Maldives. This restaurant was completely built in India, knocked down into different pieces, shipped to Maldives, and assembled back in Maldives. Bamboo is no longer a poor man's timber, ladies and gentlemen. Bamboo is appealing to the rich as well. Okay. SDG 13. I'm just conscious about time, so I'm rushing through. Okay. Climate action. This is by far one of the significant areas that bamboo can contribute. Ladies and gentlemen, bamboo is an excellent carbon sequestration plant. The amount of carbon dioxide absorbed by bamboo is by far the highest compared to any plant. And therefore, it absorbs carbon dioxide more than close to 35% and gives out 30% oxygen to mankind. And let me quickly take you through this quick slide. So if you look here, the picture is very symbolic here. You can actually see what is happening with the regular trees. It absorbs 1x carbon dioxide and releases 1x oxygen. And bamboo, on the other hand, basically absorbs 2 times carbon dioxide in the atmosphere compared to plant and releases 1.35 times oxygen back to the atmosphere. So during the recent crisis, we have done physical tests. Okay, we had some patients who had a shortage of oxygen. With oximeter, we saw their saturation level was around 89. They had breathing issues, and we moved them to a nearby bamboo area, and their stability, the saturation level was restored to 90. Around 95 plus. So the chart here, we can tells you one bamboo tree. Let me not go into the chart. Let me simplify it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you really want to reduce the global warming, there are many methods. Okay, one is minimizing carbon usage and minimizing greenhouse effect. And second is finding ways of capturing carbon and using it for some other purposes. Capturing carbon and storing it. So you have CCU, carbon capture and utilization, and CCS, storages. There are different methods, right? And now bamboo, is a fantastic process of if you plant 7 bamboos, basically 7 plants of bamboo in your lifetime, you are carbon negative as an individual. I drive my car, I have my own house, I use my AC. Okay, I use certain part of the carbon footprint. So if I have to offset that, the only way is to basically grow 7 bamboos in your lifetime, and you're carbon negative. So SDG 15, protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of territorial ecosystems, sustainably managed forests, combat desertification, and halt and reverse land degradation and halt biodiversity loss. So we have seen bamboo has restored several landfills, several waste areas, and I think this is a plan to go for, irrespective of what you do, whether you don't like it or it basically helps your ecosystem. And we have seen many forests naturally having bamboo, and the pandas love bamboo. The African gorillas play around bamboo, and it's a fantastic place for promoting and restoring your diversity. Last sustainability goal, basically, partnership for the goals. Strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the goal, global partnership for sustainable development. Here, this is a SDG where we are looking at partnering with several institutions just to disseminate the knowledge, disseminate the, bring a wider awareness about what bamboo is and how bamboo can help the humanity. And INBAR, as I mentioned to you, is basically a network of countries which are supporting bamboo. And Bamboo Society of India is one of the small organizations aimed at promoting bamboo. These are some of the products that can be seen, and bamboo, these are the products. And one of the products I would like to bring to your attention is bamboo charcoal. This is going to play a big role in your life going forward. So bamboo charcoal, as in water filters, pharmaceutical companies are using for purification, etc., etc. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for this opportunity. And I hope in the short time, I'm just able to give you a brief awareness about bamboo. Thank you, Dr. Ram, and thank you, Gist, for listening to me. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer offline. I'm being conscious about other speakers in the pipeline. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ranganath Krishnan. It's really a powerful presentation, especially to touch upon with the Sustainable Development Goal as per the United Nations point of view. For the small island country like Singapore, how we can able to address the value to cultivate the bamboo, to create some kind of ecosystem to maintain, as well as the economy value to increase. Do you have any suggestion or anything?
I know Singapore is a small island, but I think more than anything else, you should look at being conscious about not creating, extending your carbon footprint. I think that will be a way to go forward. There is no need to look at bamboo as a solution for every problem. If you can reduce, if you can recycle, if you can refuse, I think that's good enough. That's a vital contribution from Singapore as well, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Over to Mr. Jalesh.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Ranganathan, for the knowledgeable speech, educating us on the environment, the natural resources we have. I believe not many of us are aware of the importance of the bamboos. Thanks for sharing once again.
My pleasure, ma'am. Thank you.
It is now the time for our awardees to give some reflections. So I would like to call upon Mr. Yusuf Rajit Ahmed, sir, to give his reflections.
Thank you, Vijayalakshmi. It's a wonderful opportunity for me to join this symposium this fine evening. Dr. Ram, the president of Guild of International Speakers and Trainers, in short, we can call it as a guest. Dr. Saravanan, who gave an excellent speech in this symposium, and the executive members. Our guest of Mr. S. Devendran, who is a very good friend of mine, Justice of Peace. Dr. Ernest Chen, Director of Toastmasters International. who has just given a very beautiful explanation for the word human. Our eminent speakers, unfortunately, we don't have Dr. Deepamala Krishnamurthy here. Mr. Ranganath Krishnan, Bamboo Society of India, really have fulfilled the place of Dr. Deepamala Krishnamurthy. He has given really congratulations, Mr. Ranganath Krishnan. You have given a very good speech. So many people don't understand the value of bamboo, and your speech opened up a very wonderful idea about bamboo. And my dear Human Excellency Awardees, I am so happy to be with you in this International Human Excellency Symposium 2021. Very good. I wish to add a few words about me. I have been a professor of physics for more than 2 decades in Tamil Nadu government arts colleges, more than 2 decades as a professor of physics, and came to Singapore in 1990 and continue in teaching. And I have founded Tamil Debate Association here some 15 years before. In 2006, I have founded this Tamil Debate Association. In Tamil, we call it as
I think his connection is getting disconnected. Ms. Vijayalakshmi.
Shall I call the next awardee, sir? Doctor?
Yes, you can. Mr. Arun Sharma.
Now I would like to call Mr. Gay Banpain to give his reflections.
Mr. Gay Banpang, are you there in the audience group? Okay. Otherwise, you can call Mr. Arun Sharma.
Okay. I would like to call Mr. Arun Sharma to give his reflections, to share his reflections with us. Thank you. Over to you. Mr. Arun Sharma.
You can call Dr. Salil after his speech. We will see. Ms. Vijayalakshmi.
Doctor?
Yeah, you can call Dr. Salil to share his content about this particular topic.
Okay, doctor. I would like to call Dr. Salim to give a small speech about this event.
Dr. Salil is the professor and his expertise in sustainable development goals, the strategies, formulations, and the implementations. As of now, the great concern, especially as a few speakers already pointed out, the human excellence without the sustainable development goals, we cannot able to endorse it completely. Dr. Salil will give some kind of glimpse and his vision about the idea how the sustainable development goals can able to support the sustainability of the globe. That is the way we can able to think and prosper well. Over to Dr. Salil.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ram. You had been in this short while that I know you. You really want to sort of put me amidst such honorable persons around. It's humbling. What I did was, while listening, I have learned and made one slide. I don't know whether very quickly, without taking too much time, I can enable my sharing. I cannot enable like that right now because it's disabled. But anyway, I'll carry on.
You as a co-host, you can start to share. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So while listening to this, I got the information about this.
Yeah, I enable as a co-host.
Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah. So I hope you can see this now.
Yes.
Okay. So basically, this being excellent sharing, what I position myself as a lifelong learner here, and in order to prove this, not to just talk about my lifelong learning penchant, you can see I had been learning what people were presenting, right? So let's go to what I learned from this Dr. Ernest Chen. He, in his books, he says, some people have written about him. He cannot do everything. He can do something, and he will certainly do all the things that he is able to do. I think this is something which I will take away from this. What a great thought, what a depth in this, and it really worth following these principles from what he said. Next came Major S. Rajendran. This order is maybe a bit haphazard, please pardon me. Major, now at some point of time, I was selected for the Short Service Commission.
He is Major David.
Okay, again, pardon me. There is a little jumble up in the names, but basically he's doing elder care, welfare homes, isn't it? So these are things which needs to be emphasized in this through this excellence awards which you are giving. These are not really having, if you measure it in economic terms, it's not measured so heavily that way, but it has some very intangible and deep societal benefits. But then came about the agripreneur, Professor Ranganath Krishnan. Am I right, Dr. Ram? Professor Ranganath Krishnan.
Yes.
So he is mentioning about agripreneurship. This is something new to me. And while doing that, he was earlier doing 100% natural sweetener. He was in that business. From that, he dived into bamboo for sustainable development goals. And trust me, this really is very useful. Just 2 words about myself. This is somehow represents my passion, water, waste, energy, ownership, WWE_own equals to we own. And there is a little play on the word WWE and we. WWE stands for water, waste, energy, and it can also be pronounced as we. And this we is a proactive entrepreneurial alignment amongst the policymakers, the processors, the ESG-driven financiers, and most importantly, bottom-up, grounds-up community. So if there is an alignment, then we achieve fantastic things with respect to sustainability. Three keywords in my pursuit. One is maybe of interest to some of you, urbanization. This Singapore city is an amazing smart city. But can we contemplate for a moment, it becomes a urbanopolis, not a mere urbanopolis. So blending urban into urban is one of the pursuits that I'm following here. Infrastructure spelled wrongly, people will point out, Dr. Salil, you don't know how to spell infrastructure. I would say that here, if we can embed SDGs in the infrastructure, then we can really achieve something. And this can be done right at the bottom, grounds up to the policy level. I think I will stop here because there are other speakers waiting. So I would like to thank Dr. Ram again, and really the award winners I appreciate, and the speakers. Hope to keep in touch through Dr. Ram. I'm very much available in Singapore. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot for coming over and sharing your views. It's really wonderful to hear from you, and we will have your eminent speech in our next session. I just wanted to have you to come on board to showcase your talents as well as your knowledge for the people. How do they able to enrich their capability through the sustainable development goals to achieve through the sustainability in the environment. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Salil.
Rajit is available. Can you ask him to come
on? I would like to invite Mr. Arun Sharma.
Mr. Rajit is available. Please invite him.
Yeah, I would like to invite Mr. Ranjit to share his views.
I want to share again. I heard that my speech was disrupted. So I will just go through what was disrupted. I want to repeat again. Is it right, Dr. Ram? You want me to? Is it right that I can repeat what the part of my talk was disrupted?
Yes, when you were speaking about your professorship associated.
Okay. So I am so happy to be with you in this International Human Excellence Symposium 2021. I wish to add a few words about me. I have been a professor of physics for more than 2 decades in government colleges in Tamil Nadu, and came to Singapore in 1990s and continue in teaching. Also, I have founded one association, Tamil Debate Association. In Tamil, we can call it as Tamil Pattimandra Kalai. And we have conducted nearly nearly 140 debates have been conducted so far since 2006 till this day. And lot of speakers, we have given opportunities for a lot of speakers to develop, to improve, to promote the skill in the public speaking. And also we give
Dr. Ram, if the Professor Rajit don't show the video, it will be all right, I guess.
I don't know, some technical glitch to.
No, sir. It's a problem of just off the video, just on the mic only, so that he will be able to deliver his speech. Please inform him.
Okay, when he come back, we can do that. Now we can move on to Mr. Gabe Peng is available. So we can have his speech, then we can get Mr. Rajit to come on.
So Dr. Ram, can I invite Mr.
Gabe Peng.
Okay, I would like to invite Mr. Gabe Peng to give his reflections. Over to you, Mr. Gabe Peng.
Mr. Gabe Peng, we can't hear you. You unmute yourself, is it? We can't hear you. We cannot hear you. You can switch off your video and try to talk. Or you can disconnect and rejoin again. Either the way. I spoke to Mr. Gabe Peng. His condition is not favorable to support us to come and share his reflections because of the connections very poor, and he cannot able to talk, and we cannot make him to come and join today. Mr. Rajit sir, if you want to switch off your video to talk, whether I don't know, because of the video streaming, it is making the connections disturbance for us. If it is not, then we can move for the thank you note.
Okay, doctor. Now I would like to call upon Dr. Tain Moliat, the treasurer of GIS organization, to give us a small thank you note. Over to you, Dr. Tain Moliat.
Thank you, Vijayalakshmi. Am I audible?
Please, you are.
Am I audible to everyone?
Please, doctor.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So Mr. Arun Sharma is present, I think. Can we call him to deliver his reflections? Seems he's
I
available.
tried to reach him through mobile, but okay, you can please.
Cannot, is it? Okay, we will get to the last session. Dear all, we are at the last part of the event, but although it is last, it is a very significant part of the event, because here where GIST wishes to express its gratitude to all the speakers and all who are present here, who has made this occasion more valuable by their presence in participating in this event. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Human Excellence awardees who were kind enough to accept the award, as all of them are very humble with great humility. Actually, they expressed and don't want to put them in the spotlight, but still, as a fellow human beings, it becomes our duty, and GIST has been taken this as a part of our mission to recognize and honor deserving people as fellow beings. So we are thankful to them for accepting our award. Thank you, all the awardees. We heartily congratulate you again for your excellent contribution to others' lives and to humanity at large. Thank you. And we would like to thank the guest of honor, Mr. Devendran sir, for his presence here and his very valuable note. And we thank Dr. Yadis Chen for his excellent speech, guest speech, with a lot of insightful note for being a human. He's explained, just to say those words alone, H being for humanity, understanding, magnanimity, altruistic, and nourishing the body, mind, and soul. Very insightful speech, sir. Thank you. We are honored by your presence and pleased to listen to your talk. Thank you. Here again, Mr. Ranganath Krishnan, for introducing us a very new and wonderful area where it opened our eyes. In fact, it's a new learning, I would say. You explained us how bamboo could play a great role in contributing to the environmental crisis, which is a very unrecognized, I mean, it is not well identified so far, and your speech has opened up our eyes to know more about it. Thank you, listening to you, sir. It was very good research input for us to work on it more, and thank you for your presence too. Thank you, Dr. Salil, for your short but so insightful speech. Although it was so sudden, very insightful. Thank you. We would like to thank you, our office bearers, especially Dr. Ram, for being instrumental for organizing this event. It's a special event on human excellence. He has been the person who has motivating and initiating in each and every aspect of this event. And thank you, Dr. Ram, for doing that untiringly and presiding the event so effectively. Thank you, Dr. Saravanan, for your introductory speech on the vision and mission of GIST and our future plans and past accomplishments. Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Saravanan, who has been very helpful in doing the Zoom connection and the spotlighting aspects of the meeting. Thank you, sir. And thank you, Ms. Vijay Lakshmi, for your wonderful emceeing. Despite the disruption, you have been doing so well. Thank you for your presence and contribution as an MC. And all other guests who are present here, we are really thankful to all of you. Please be present, and if any of our awardees are here, we can listen to them, their reflections for a few more minutes. If you could kindly stay and listen to them, and then we can finish their event. Thank you. Over to Vijay Lashmi.
Thank you, Dr. Kim, for giving us the thank you note. Dr. Ram, would you like to invite any of the awardees?
Professor Rajit is there. We can give time to him.
What happened again?
I don't know, it is getting disconnected. Sir.
But for me, it's okay. Okay, so what I want me to do now?
Your feelings about receiving this award?
Yeah.
What is your kind of sharing for the people to gather?
Yeah. I'm very thankful to GIST for nominating me. Is it clear? Is it audible? Audible, right?
Yes.
I wish to thank the GIST, especially the President, Dr. Ram, and the office bearers for nominating me as the award winner, Human Excellence Award. I want to tell you something about myself. I think when I talk about myself and what I have done in Singapore was not audible in this symposium. Shall I repeat that again?
Yes.
Okay. I have just a few notes about me. I was a professor of physics in government arts colleges in Tamil Nadu for more than 2 decades. And I came to Singapore in 1990s and continue teaching in Singapore also. Founded an organization here. It's a Tamil Debate Association. We can call it as Tamil Pattimandra Kalai Kalagam. We have conducted so far hundreds of debates, and we have developed, and we have so many speakers we have given opportunities for many speakers in Singapore to develop their oratory skills through our work. And our aim is to develop students to promote or to improve the interest in the oratory skills, and we give them opportunities. And all debates, all the Tamil debates we organize, we see that at least 1 or 2 students will be there to speak. So like that we promote. Apart from that, I am a writer. I have written about 13 books in all categories. Prose, novels, short stories, and then
Dr. Professor Sir has to off his video and speak only through the mic. You have to remind that. Sorry for the interruption, because sometimes the bandwidth is not supporting. If the video is off, it will be all right.
So, in the time, we can hear from the audience if anybody wanted to share anything about this particular session. We welcome all your positive and negative comments and feedback. Thank you so much. Mr. Sari, can you share your comments?
Okay, now what?
Yeah.
Why when I talk, this is happening like that? I don't know. My system is okay here. So what do you want me to do now?
Yeah, you can share, sir. You can start to speak, but you can switch off the video. Maybe.
Yeah, switch off video already. So can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So, okay, then I wish to now repeat the second part about myself. Correct or not?
Yes.
Yeah, about myself, I have to repeat.
Yes.
Because a lot of the introductory part are, I think it was audible last time.
Yes, you can start from your.
Okay. No, I just gave some introductory talk about this symposium event. Now I want to tell you few words about myself. Is it okay now? Is it disconnected or
yes,
it's audible?
Audible.
Audible. Okay. I wish to add few words about me. I have been a professor of physics for more than 2 decades in government arts colleges in Tamil Nadu and came to Singapore in 1990s and continue teaching in Singapore also. I have founded one association here, Tamil Debate Association. In Tamil, we can call it as Tamil Pattimandra Kalai Kalagam. We have conducted about 100 over debates so far, and we have given opportunities. We give opportunity for hundreds of speakers in Singapore. Really, we wish to have them opportunities to promote their skill in public speaking. And also, we give lot of chances, lot of opportunities for students to develop their oratory skills. Apart from that, I am a writer. I have written about 13 books in all categories: novels, short stories, and poems. I'm very humble to state that all the proceeds of my book launch I have donated to the charity organizations in Singapore. I wish to thank Dr. Ram for listing out all the organizations for which I have donated so far. And I am very happy to note that I have been nominated for this Human Excellence Award 2021. I am one of the 4 awardees. Thank you very much. And I wish to thank the guest, Guild of International Speakers and Trainers, for nominating me for this and for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Rajit, sir, for sharing your experiences with us. Dr. Ram, can we open the floor for questions and feedback?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. That is the plan. Yes, can go ahead.
The floor now is open for questions and feedback. Anyone would like to say a few words about this program?
I want to say a few words about this program. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. We can.
Yeah. I want to say a few words about this program. It's a very very beautiful, initiative. It's a very beautiful initiative for all organizations in Singapore. I don't know who all give this Human Excellence Award in Singapore, I don't know. But anyway, this is the second time I think the guest is giving the Human Excellence Award, and the 4 people have been nominated for this award. And I wish and I want to request the chairman, Dr. Ram, and the executive committee to continue this. It's very useful for the society and also for the country, for the development of the country, and also to create the good citizen of Singapore. Thank you. It's a very beautiful and wonderful program. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much with your blessings as well as nice words to appreciate and congratulate the guest office bearers as well as the dignitaries who are supporting this award. We are also hoping to do that continuously for forthcoming years. Thank you, sir, for your kind words. Thank you.
And my apologies for not mentioning all the executive members. Maybe in other program, other event, I will talk very elaborately about this executive committee. But now, because of disruption again and again, I want to make my speech short. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the feedback and encouraging us to go on. But Dr. Ram, we give a few minutes.
Is there any other people who want to convey anything? We can welcome them to speak for a while. Otherwise, we can wind up the session. Is there any other concern or any other words?
Yes. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Regan. Yeah.
Yes, it was worth learning. I'm attending your session second time, and I learned a lot from this session. That's what I wanted to convey you. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you for joining, and hopefully it will provide some kind of highlights for you to think and process. Thank you. Mr. George Kingsley, do you want to have anything to share?
Yeah. Good evening to all.
Yes.
I like to congratulate for all the people who have been awarded. So I think first of all, I want to congratulate everybody, and I like to thank for this wonderful opportunity to join this meeting. I think it was I think one good thing is I can see a different domain of knowledge is been shared. I think not specific to one domain. It is having always it has been more closely aligned with the society and the environmental thing. So that was a very good thought about each and everybody sharing their different opinion who have been good in that particular domain. I think it's broadened our thinking and our knowledge also. Thanks for all the initiatives, sir. Thank you so much for everybody.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your thoughts.
Yeah. Thank you for joining and sharing your views. Mr. Sharif, are you there? You want to say?
Yes, I thought we are going to wind up. Am I audible, Dr. Ram? Ms. Vijayalakshmi, are you able to hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah, audible.
Yeah, okay. On the video also. Okay, all right. Yeah, it's a great initiative, as Professor Rajit said, awarding the Human Excellence Award. Dr. Ram has always been doing a good stuff tirelessly and continuously to the benefit of the society. Thank you, EXCO, Dr. Thelma, Dr. Saravanan, Ms. Vijayalakshmi, of course, Mr. Saravanan, who is giving IT support and everything. And all the members, all the dignitaries who have been speaking to us, like Rehan says, and Mr. Kingsley mentioned, is a different domain of knowledge and areas that we have gained. I think it's a great effort, and we must continuously organize such a kind of event so that those who are contributing to the society will come forward and do more to the benefit of fellow human beings. What I know, all the 4 awardees are really excellent human beings. Since we all working very closely with Professor Ajit, he's an excellent writer. I love his novels, stories and poems. What has been touched with us is whatever the amount that generated from his book launch, all always being donated to the very needy people. This kind of good causes, small things, like Mr. Ranganathan Krishnan mentioned the bamboo trees. Oh, now only we learn a lot of chemistry, how much of carbon dioxide was absorbed, how much of oxygen is being released, all those stuffs, It's not really what we thought. Bamboo has been mentioned metaphorically for many things in Tamil literature. But now we know how it helps to the ecosystem, even the financial sector and all that. We would like to record once again sincere thanks to Dr. Ram and the team. And let's keep going. We never stop the good things and our good deeds to the society. As every small drops of the water, small action is counted. Thank you. Good night. Thanks a lot. Over to Ms. Vijayalakshmi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for encouraging us. And we will do our best to proceed in giving a lot of information and more programs to come to instill good values to the community. Dr. Ram, shall we wind up? Or?
Yes, we can wind up this session. Thank you for all joining and grace the occasion. Thanks to each and everyone who made the value today. Really, it is a wonderful session, though it is having certain kind of technical glitch here and there, but we can't able to do anything against of that. We will continue and we will make the people to get on board with us. And we are also willing to join venture or collaborate with likely-minded people who want to serve better for the people development and the community to serve better as a volunteer. We are very happy in that kind of way to contribute to the society. Commitment and thank you so much.
And a final note here, we would be hosting a post event to bring the certificates and the medal to the individual awardees and honor them personally. Yeah, just want to mention it. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely we will have some kind of get together to make them to introduce in an occasion. Soon we will communicate with them, each awardee, and having them with us to share something in a lively session, physical manner. Thank you so much for reminding that. Yeah, thank you. Thank you all for joining today to make the day for us.
Thank you, everyone. I hope everyone had a good time with us. And yeah,
thank you, Mr. Ranganath. Really, it is wonderful for us to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Exco. See you all. Good night.
Okay. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.